All right. Well, we are back. We have Monique Parent. She is back after That's a Wrap. And we're here to talk about Garden of Eden, which is now available on DVD, Blu-ray, digital, on demand. And Monique, I gotta tell you, you mentioned this movie a couple of years back when we talked about That's a Wrap. I think this is one of the best performances you've done as the
Thank
mom.
you. Thank you. I had a lot of fun with it. Dark fun. When
Yeah.
I say fun, I mean going to a really fucked up place in my brain and because I have a weird approach to acting. I like to look at where a character is and imagine how I could end up there and all of the things that would have had to happen in my life in order to make me go there. But also at the same time, I'm not me, I'm somebody else. But it's sort of like I combine them together and go take my brain on this little journey of what crazy screwed up things could happen in my life that could lead me on this path.
Yeah, exactly. And I really like that. I like when an actor brings like their true emotions or their somewhat like what they can think of based on their experiences to their roles. And collaborating with the director like Marcel, he really brings out the best in you guys when it comes to the roles, in my opinion.
Marcel is great at casting and presenting the thing, and then he just lets us work. And I think you get to really see that.
Yeah. And one thing I really liked was I love the fact you and Robert Rusler had such great chemistry. Like I grew up watching Robert Rusler. I'm an 80s guy. I'm an 80s kid, so I grew up watching and I was mentioning to Sarah the other day, like he was actually in the very first horror film I ever watched, which was Nightmare on Elm Street Part 2.
Right.
And here he comes full circle. Like I feel like it's like a full circle thing with him because I know he's worked with Marcel in quite a few movies, like the Blood Feast remake and Pretty Boy, which just came out also like a couple months ago. And I was just like, wow, like and seeing you with him, it's like you guys are like night and day in some ways at
We really
times.
are. He was very, my wife was so subservient, which is so not me. And he was so dominant. It made it easy to be that subservient wife.
Yeah. Yeah. And also the fact that like some of the stuff, like you do agree with him on some of the stuff that he does, but at other times you just feel like, am I really doing the right thing here? You question it, just like Dominique did. She starts to question it. Where
Yes.
Sarah's character of Angelique, she's totally daddy's little girl. She's
Yes.
embracing that darkness.
She wants to go even darker.
She does. And you're more like, do I want to go back to the light or do I want to, you're like the gray area. That's how I felt.
I'm totally the only way I could make it work for my character was I felt that she had to be a true believer. She truly believes that she is doing, God's work.
Yeah, exactly. And all right, I know you mentioned that you don't watch horror movies and because well not, but
I'm a big baby.
you are. And that's okay. I know other people who are like that. That they like making the horror films, but they don't watch it themselves because they're like, it's not really my thing.
Yeah,
But
I get scared.
yeah. But did you get to see the special effects? Like when you saw the special effects getting done on this,
Yes.
did it
Yeah.
like
I
help
mean, you're
you?
there and you're seeing it all built. And I've always had that. It's like, I know how the sausage is made. It's not a mystery to me. I'm not scared in my movies. I get scared in other people's movies.
Yeah, which is yeah, I would say it's weird, but it's really not. I think like for me, for certain horror films, I can't watch. There's certain things I cannot watch. I cringe so much.
Yeah.
Like because it feels like something real can happen, like someone getting their like fingernails, like
Oh,
see what I mean?
yeah.
I'm like that. I'm the same.
Or
I'm
the
exactly
tooth
like that.
being pulled.
Yeah,
Oh,
I was like, I cannot watch that.
yeah.
I can take like the disembowelments. I can take the throat slashing because I know they're over the
They're all effects, but
yeah,
some things hit you on such a real visceral level. We've all
exactly.
had scary visits to the dentist. So
Yes.
seeing somebody rip a tooth out we can all really relate to that horror because we felt it sitting in that chair like, "This could happen to me."
Yeah, exactly. I gotta tell you, like the whole family dynamic was great, as you could see behind me. I got the picture of the family here because we're celebrating this movie.
I thought Sarah Pollednak did the most amazing job, and the priest,
Yeah,
what a performance. So brave.
yeah, I got the story on how that came about, and I was like, for me, I was like, what, with this priest randomly showing up at first, I'm going, what is going on here? And then it starts to unravel as the film goes on. Like you get to see that the juxtaposition between what you guys are doing and what the priest kind of did to cause this, for this. And I those performances were great. And I love the fact that Sarah told me how Sarah Paladnak does the dancing, and it just came out of left field, like out of
Yeah.
nowhere.
It was just, she was just playing that day. And we were just like, you know what? Do it. Let's shoot it. And the location and the sunset. And we were all there and we all had goosebumps watching it, going, oh, we are watching magic happen.
But that's how I felt throughout the movie. Like certain scenes of this movie, it felt like they were so beautifully shot and edited. I was just like, like even the dissolves, when you see like these great dissolves at times to the next scene, I was just like, my mouth would drop to the floor. I'm going, oh my God, look how beautifully done this is. Like you rarely see, like even in the A-list horror films, you don't see anything as amazing like that. And it's just like,
Marcus, our DP, is incredible. If I were going to direct a film, I would hire Marcus.
yeah, definitely. Well,
Yeah.
he actually won the World Film Geek Award for
Yeah.
that rap for best cinematography because he
A-
just like
And
you,
then he took it to a whole other level with the Garden of Eden.
yeah. Oh, he did. And I like what the trailer said. There's gonna be scenes in this movie that burns into your retina. It totally did for me. For like a whole week, there are a couple specific scenes I could not get out of my head.
Yeah.
And I think you can just I'm not gonna spoil it, but you can guess what one
You're
of them
never going to
is.
go fishing the same way again.
That's one. Angelique's scene with the cross is that was, oh my,
Yes.
I could not stop praising her. I was praising the heck out of Sarah with that the other day. I was like, that scene right there where she turns the cross over and
Yeah.
finally embraced the darkness. I went, that is one of the most beautifully shot, like dark scenes I've ever seen in a horror movie because
Yeah.
it's so like it's not like so that's done it is done tastefully, but it's just like it symbolizes what it symbolizes basically what the Eden family's doing, like how they're saying they're doing God's work, but yet there's this massive darkness within them, and that right there symbolized the full embracement of that darkness.
Yes, exactly.
And wow. And I'm not gonna tell you the third scene because that's like right towards the end, but
That's towards the
that
end.
scene
And
that scene
that
just
scene that was a heck of a scene.
it scarred, yeah, it scarred me for a whole week. It scarred
Yeah.
me like
Yeah.
crazy. I was like,
As it should.
I can't ever unsee that again. I was
Nope.
like,
Nope. You've
but
seen your worst nightmare.
yeah, it is. So I know you got to see the special effects, but were there any particular scenes that you absolutely loved making the film, like when you were shooting?
Gosh, I
Besides,
loved so many of the scenes. I just I don't know that I could pick out one scene that would really be a favorite. They were
yeah,
all so heartbreakingly beautiful.
yeah. I mean, that's all right. I'm like, I wouldn't say like a rank. You didn't have to rank. You didn't have to rank them, but I was like, I'd be like, like this.
The scene where I'm talking about meeting my husband, I thought was lovely because you really
Yeah,
got to see something about the love. Because I do think love is so important in everything. Because when you have the love, then you have the opposite. And,
right.
their love together created this weird, fucked up world.
Yeah,
But
exactly.
it all stemmed from their relationship,
And I like the fact
Eloise and
that
Mateo.
not only were you subservient, you were nurturing to him, like in
Yes.
especially in the love scene, where you guys had the love scene, and then he's asking you a question about, the big O, and you were just very nurturing to him in that one scene, and it felt like so like people would empathize with that. I think that one particular scene because we all know what Mateo's going to go through, but it's like he has this curiosity about that, and the way you described it to him, it not only felt like a boom, but like you were being nurturing towards him, and that's what I felt like that really hit hard. I think that was one of my favorite scenes with you because
Oh, good. Thank you. Because that was one of those scenes where, when you look at the monologue and you're like, eh, am I going to be able to sell this? Am I going to be able to? Can I say all these words and make it work for people and have them really understand what I'm meaning? And I think it really worked out well. And I think the love scene was shot so beautifully.
it was.
My back has never looked so good.
But yeah, that's that. Well, like I said, I mean, you're just one of the most beautiful actresses out there. So I'm
Thank you.
being
Thank you.
honest, and I gotta say that I mean this is a fantastic movie, and just seeing everything, like even I like the fact that like when Dominique starts the scene where Dominique and Angelique are together, and that's where you see the night and day between, whereas night and day between you and Mateo, there's a night and day between the two sisters because
Sisters.
um you can see Dominique getting a little uncomfortable, like trying to like holding up someone's limb so Angelique can
He's
cut
like,
it off,
no.
and she's like, well, just do it, and she's like, I'm gonna, I'll, and I was just like, it
But
just
then once she gets the ecstasy and then she gets involved, and that scene, that amazing scene where Adam Bucci comes out with the flag and they
yeah.
do the dance.
Oh God, yes. And that song was like,
That's well, I turned Marcel on to Onyx.
yeah.
I've been a big fan of Onyx. I met Onyx through working with Brandon Rogers, and I love that song and his other song. And I was like, Marcel, you have to get Onyx's music in your movie.
And yeah, that was like the perfect song for it.
Yeah.
And I actually have it on my Amazon playlist right now. Like
So
now. So once in a while, if I think about the movie, I'll just start listening to that song and
yeah,
we'll drive home to it. Or drive wherever I'm going. I'll just
yeah,
pop that song on randomly just
it's
for,
so good.
yeah. There's a lot of great music in this movie too. I
Yeah,
mean, even
yeah,
at the parties where you see the one girl performing, and I'm like, wow, it's just like amazing. I mean, what doesn't this movie have? That's the question. You know what I mean? It's like
yeah. Really, it truly does have everything.
it does it, and I gotta
I
say
mean,
that
we could have a little more comedy, but
maybe a tinge. It would have been dark. It would have been dark comedy though. I think
oh, it would have been
it
yes,
totally would have been
yes.
dark comedy.
But I think whereas in That's a Wrap, we needed the comedy. The comedy worked as a nice foil with the horror. I
Yeah,
think comedy would have ruined this.
yeah, I think so too. Considering the fact that it will cause controversy with certain groups and because of the themes of religion and all that. But I mean that for me, it's just like this is a freaking good horror movie. I was like, this is one of the best ones I've seen this year, hands down.
And the questions about morality. I mean, Sarah Nicklon's performance.
Oh my God.
I mean, I saw Sarah Nicklon's performance up close, like in person. The
Yeah.
scene that we had together in the coffee shop where we're talking, and just she was so amazing, and how she makes my character question everything.
Yeah, the whole cast is amazing. Even Gigi Gustin as the
Oh,
first,
Gigi was so good. Gigi's
oh,
always good,
she's
but
always
she
good in
really,
anything.
when she started slapping herself with a blood print, she
Yeah.
started slapping herself, and then Marcel came running in, like, wait, 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 puts blood on her palm. There, go.
I love it. And and I found out that like one of the actors got sick on the day they were supposed to start shooting, so
Yes, and we
he
had to
worked
replace.
around it. And I love hearing these challenges and then how it all works out in the end
Oh,
because
let's face it, he pussied out. That character, that actor, pussied out. He couldn't handle it. And so he got sick because he could not handle what he'd signed up for.
Oh man, that's his loss.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
definitely his
His
loss.
loss. It shows the kind of dedication you have to have as an actor to do something like this.
Yeah, exactly. And like after That's a Wrap in this movie, I mean, I'm not gonna lie to you, you might be making history this year as one of the first double winners of the World Film Geek Awards.
Well, I wouldn't
Because
mind that at all.
yeah, because you won for That's a Wrap, Best Supporting Actress for That's a Wrap.
Yes.
I mean,
Thank
oh
you.
my
Thank you.
God.
Thank you.
I think compared to this, I think you upped it with this one hands down. I mean, you did such a phenomenal job.
Thank you.
Wherein That's a Wrap, you were the wife of this media mogul and all that, and here you are, you play this nurturing like mom,
Mother.
and
Yeah.
and it's like,
Yeah. Mom is not the first thing people think of when they look at me.
oh, I know that. I mean, you've been in the business for so long, and I feel like it's really paying, you pay it off every time. It's like you elevate more, I feel like, in my opinion.
Thank you.
You
Thank you.
really,
I try.
yeah, you just keep, I love the fact that you're versatile. Like, I love the versatility with actors. They don't have to be typecast to do one specific type of movie or one specific genre. If I see someone trying something different, I really like that because I feel like it gives them a better range. And you're hands down one of the greatest when it comes to it. That's my opinion anyway.
Thank you.
So, is there anything new that you can talk about that's coming up, or
Let's see. Have you seen Creeping Death?
that's on my list? I haven't seen it yet, but I'm
Creeping Death just came out on Blu-ray. It's
there
a
we go.
great Halloween movie, and I'm really momming it up in that.
Awesome.
So we're hoping for a sequel on that. Can't say anything more about that, but we're hoping. Um, as far as I have been working like crazy. I don't know if you know about vertical series.
Not
Vertical
particularly.
series is a thing that came out. It started in China and it became really big in China, and then they started bringing them to the US. And it's short dramas
Okay.
that are made to watch on your phone.
Oh, okay. Yeah, okay. I know
So they're
those.
short,
Yeah.
shot in a vertical format, but they're super.
Yeah, I think I saw one of those from, I think it was Real Drama, and I think it was called like Step Aside, I'm the Final Boss. And that was like one
Yep,
I saw
yep.
that one. I loved that one. I absolutely loved because I loved the way everything turned out at the end.
They always basically their titles are ridiculous,
Yeah.
but you know exactly what you're signing
It's
up
like
for because you know the end of the story by the title.
I feel
So
like
you
the
just get to
titles
watch that whole journey.
I feel like the titles remind me of the 70s exploitation titles where it's just, or even the Lifetime titles where like they have one name, and then they just like, well, let's do something simple. Killer
Yeah.
killer therapy. Or I got stalked by an Amish something. Like that's what
Oh, I just did one that says, after I had the billionaire hobo's baby.
oh my God. Wow. That's
But they're fun because they're written a little soap opera-y,
yeah,
that each episode is 90 seconds long, and you get a dopamine hit in every episode because every episode hits something high, some emotion. So it's a
right.
they're satisfying to watch. Even if you only watch like a couple, you're like, but I saw a slap.
Yeah, and
And you
so
feel like you get that little dopamine hit watching it. So they're
sometimes
very addictive.
yeah, sometimes I watch those and I start laughing at some of the acting, because some of the acting, depending on who the person is, it's over the top. But the guy who's
Sometimes it's
yeah,
interesting because I generally will play a supporting character in those because most of them are made. The lead characters are in their early 20s.
yeah.
Hunky guy who's shirtless a lot, beautiful woman who has big eyes and seems very innocent.
Mhm.
Um, we're expanding on that, but
The
that's
conniving ex-girlfriend, that's
the
the one who goes
conniving
over the top.
ex-girlfriend.
Those are the ones who go over the top. Like,
Yeah, so
"Meh,
it
meh, meh, meh."
usually ends up the two leads are doing like real, like simple, grounded work, but
Yeah.
all the supporting characters are over the top.
Oh wow. I can't
And
I can't see you doing that though. I can't see you doing over the top. You're just because
oh, I can do over the top. I do over the top my way.
That's what I was saying. I was like, I hope it's your way because
I
like
mean,
I said,
sometimes my over the top is very cold and icy.
oh
I will say the most cutting words in the, and it's wonderful because they're written to be so like, you know, boom, boom, boom. It's like, and just when you do a takedown of someone, it's a long takedown. It's big. And it's like you just list all the ways they're a failure.
wow, oh yeah, I've seen that too. Yeah,
So they're fun. They're
yeah.
fun. And that's what I've been working on a lot. And it's great to keep the acting muscles working.
Oh, exactly. And are you gonna well, besides Creeping Death and the hopeful sequel, are you gonna ever you gonna think about doing another horror film, more horror films?
Absolutely. Absolutely. When the right one comes along, I'm in.
Yeah, and I want to see you in a let's hopefully you get to do comedies also because
Yeah.
I don't know why I see you as someone who can pull off some pretty wicked comedies.
I
So,
do some great comedy and people forget. People don't seem to want to let me do that except for my YouTube stuff, where I work with Brandon Rogers. So, he does some amazing comedy and I've gotten some wonderful opportunities to work through him. I'll send you some of his videos.
oh, definitely, I'll check
Yeah.
that out. Yeah, but
Yeah.
I definitely would love to see you in a comedy movie. I would definitely pay to see that.
Well,
Well,
I hope I have news of one soon.
yeah, fingers crossed.
Yeah. Yep. Yep.
Well, everyone, Garden of Eden is now on DVD, Blu-ray, digital, on demand. I'm telling you right now, you're missing out if you have not seen this movie yet. This is by far, I mean, I know everyone loves their A-list horror films, but
But this one is dark,
when it comes to this is one of the strongest, most brutal, most like
unhinged.
amazingly shot and edited horror films I've seen in a
Yeah.
while.
It's long. It's a long, and a lot of people will say it's too long, but you know
No,
what? You get your
uh-uh.
money's worth out of it.
It's not
You
too
get
long.
you're going to spend a whole evening just like, whoa. You sit there with your popcorn. You're like, wait a minute, pause. I need more popcorn.
Did you look in my window when I saw this? No, 'cause that's exactly what I did. This is making me want. Like, did she look through the window? That's exactly what I did. I was watching this movie. I was like, oh my
Yeah,
God.
it's like you'll go to the bottom of the bowl and you won't even realize it because you're just busy and it's like, oh, because
Then
you
again, when I saw the one scene towards the end, I had the pillow like covering my. I had to like
like, I
peek out of
can't
it.
look.
I keep
I
having
want to look. I can't look. I want to look. I can't look.
exactly. It's like car wreck. It's a car wreck. I don't want to see it, but I got it. I was like, oh my God. I'm like, ah. But everyone, you gotta check out Garden of Eden. Seriously, if you haven't seen it yet, rent it, buy it, do what you rent, just rent or buy it.
Rent or buy it.
Rent
It's
or
all
buy it.
over the
'Cause,
place. You're not gonna be sorry, or you might be
yeah,
sorry, depending.
well, if you're a horror fan, I
If
don't
you're a
think
horror fan, you're gonna
you're
love
gonna
it.
love it. You're gonna absolutely love it.
Yeah.
You're not a horror fan, and you see it, you might be scarred for life.
If
Maybe.
if you're not a horror fan, at least with the kill scenes, you always know they're coming up.
Yes. You always,
You
yeah.
always None of them are going to catch you by surprise. So if you are not a horror fan, you could watch it with somebody who's a horror fan and just like, dark scene, I'm out of the room. Tell me when it's safe to come back in,
Yep.
because
Exactly.
there aren't many surprises.
But like guys, don't just see it for the kill scene. See it because this family behind me, their performances are some of the best I've seen in this genre. From Monique here to Robert to the two Sarahs, French and Paladnik and Monique.
Gigi and Sarah Nicklin
Everyone, Karen Nichols,
and Jed
Adam,
Rowan and Adam
everyone,
Pucci
the
and
whole cast just
yeah,
unbelievably like amazing.
just amazing.
And plus Marcus's cinematography,
Marcus's
Kai's
cinematography. Oh,
Kai's editing, and it's just it's probably one of the most beautifully shot horror films in a long time.
yeah, yeah,
And it
just stunning.
just you got to see this movie hands down. Monique, I can't say enough. You are
Thank
such
you
an
so
angel.
much.
I
Always a joy
always
to
love
talk
talking
with
to
you.
you. I always love talking to you. And
Yep, we have the best time.
yes, so we're gonna do this again soon,
Good,
definitely.
good. I hope to have another horror film for you. Well, when you see Creeping Death, we'll have a chat then.
Yeah, we will. And you know what else? If I see one of your vertical series, we're definitely gonna have to talk about some of that too, because that's just I gotta see. I gotta start looking for these as soon as, but like whatever. I was like, I'm gonna start looking for these series to see if just to find you in this and see how it goes.
Thank you.
Oh, and also, guys, subscribe to Monique's YouTube channel if you can. She has a great YouTube channel. You're gonna want to check that out.
All your hair and makeup tips.
Yes, yes, it's
And some gardening.
yes. So if you're into that, definitely
Because, you know,
subscribe to
we
her
know I'm a
channel.
gardening geek.
Yeah, that's okay.
Yep.
But definitely check it out. And Monique, as always, stay awesome. You are
Thank
amazing.
you. Love you bunches.
All right, take care.
Bye.